Your Highness, good morning. Thank you for your time. Do we need to see regime change in Doha?
Thank you. I don't think that has been put on the table at all. What we have in the situation is that in 2015, I believe, the leader of Qatar signed an agreement with the GCC in which he agreed to stop Qatari interference in the internal affairs of states in the GCC, to promote insurgency and insurrection, to stop the media campaigns that were broadcast from Al Jazeera and other articles like that. And by agreeing that at that meeting and treaty to stop these things, he admitted that Qatar was doing these things. So the issue is not whether Qatar is or is not in support of terrorism. Qatar has admitted that it is supporting terrorism. And so this is what the four countries want Qatar to do, is to live up to the agreement that was signed in 2015.
Your Highness, the officials in Doha would deny that strenuously. They have denied that strenuously, and they will continue to do so. It seems to be the suggestion.
Just look at the agreement and its articles and who signed it. The agreement is there. It has been published, and the Emir of Qatar signed it, and the signature has not been falsified. It is it is an official document of the GCC.
Your Highness, so far we've been in a situation where the Qataris have been able to withstand the pressure that you have applied and that the countries have applied. Yes, it is painful, but they have significant amounts of money and so far are able to weather what is happening. How much longer do you think that can persist? And if it does persist for a significant amount of time, are you going to change the tactics to persuade them to move to your position?
I'm not in a position in government to be able to tell you, give you an answer to your questions. But what I read in the papers and what I see from statements that are made by government officials is that as long as Qatar does not live up to the agreement that it has signed itself, then the situation will continue as it is. The ball is in Qatar's court, and they have to perform on that and to show not just trust and acceptance of their responsibilities, but that they're willing to undertake these responsibilities.
Your Highness, do you think, staying with energy,
Yes,
that the selling of a stake in Saudi Aramco is a good idea? We at Bloomberg are starting to hear talk that there is some pushback for that concept in Saudi Arabia right now. Do you agree with the policy of selling that stake?
Well, it's a matter of, as you said, policy, and the country's direction towards implementing Vision 2030 has been clear to everybody that it is going to be implemented. In the process, the 5 years before 2020 have been put in place to prepare for the jump into 2030, and part of that is the sale of percentage of Aramco shares. I don't see any change in that, and nor do I see any indications of a pushback, if that is the word that you are using. I think the government is going full ahead with that, and they've announced that it will be sometime in 2018.
Do you personally think it's a good idea?
I'm not an economist, but I read what the government has said, and they've made a very strong case for it, and they have obviously debated with those who are opposed to it, and I tend to believe that the government is better informed than the people who are critical of it.